All right, Deborah Chesher, you photographed the greatest musicians of the 70s, many who have passed on, and now you've put them all in this book,
Yes.
which has the single best title ever.
I thank you for that. I think you're a cool person for getting the title.
Now, everybody I shot is dead. It's great, and it's well, it is morbid, but it's not gloomy.
It's not morbid, yeah. It's just clever, I hope.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. These are 400 shots previously unreleased.
Yes.
Your camera wasn't like a semi-automatic weapon. You weren't going the
No,
whole time.
I would only shoot maybe 2 rolls for a whole concert, and I would stay through the whole concert. I didn't just go in and take a few shots and leave.
It might sound a little bit cliche, but you were trying to capture their soul.
Yes.
Not to
Steal
use
their
for any
soul.
evil purpose, but...
Well, you never know. You don't know how many souls I have locked up in my house right now.
That's awesome. That's great. eBay, auction off the souls. I just want to actually look at Frank Zappa here, because Frank Zappa, for some reason, has this reputation among some people of being kind of freaky or weird.
Yeah.
And he's not only a brilliant musician and a great mind, but you can just, I mean,
Well, there's a lot of
presence.
humanity in there. I mean, when you look at that and you see in his eyes, you're seeing that there's a lot of humanity. And here he is shooting the audience, pulling out his film camera, his movie camera. And I thought he would be a druggy kind of guy, just from his appearance, you know, don't judge the book. But he's never taken drugs or any of that stuff. He was just an incredible musician who knew a lot about classical music and was one of the first people who did his own recordings and was really interested in all of that kind of thing.
The Bee Gees are a situation where you were dealing with a group that you had grown up with. When you shot them, one of the Bee Gees ended up...
Is this the groupie part?
Well, no, but you say in the book that one of the Bee Gees
Yes.
invited you...
Upstairs.
Right.
At the hotel afterwards, because I was invited to the hotel, which was not uncommon.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was always a party after the party backstage, and there was always something going on somewhere. So in their case, I don't think there was a big party thrown for them as there was like with Led Zeppelin, but they had a party at the hotel, and so I was definitely invited back there. And I did have this love affair with the Bee Gees because of their music and being a girl coming of age to those songs. And,
Sure.
you know, so they kind of got me through a lot of stuff because they wrote that really romantic stuff, and like all girls, I had this really crazy romantic idea about life. Then I'm there to photograph them, and I didn't want to ruin what I loved about them.
By accepting the invitation
Yeah,
of
so
one of the Bee
ultimately,
Gees.
well, also, he had a big wedding ring on his finger, too.
Okay, well, he had more than a big wedding ring, because
No,
if
but
it's...
that's
if
not
it's
the one. I'm not telling you which one it was.
well, it's clear that one of them is quite excitable, so...
Yeah, I like to say, like, people go, oh my gosh, is that real? And I like to say, well, I was taking his pictures, what would you expect him to do?
And ironically, he wasn't the one asking you upstairs.
Well, oh no, that leaves only, yeah. It was the guy on the right.
But
The record
their
guy.
cousin Brian. The Bee Gees' cousin Brian from Tasmania.
Yeah. Can you take your shirt off? Do you mind?
Oh, is this what you would do, like when you were with Led Zeppelin, or...
I wish.
Didn't do it.
I mean, I could take it off for you.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Yeah, because then that's going to make it really good.
All right. Suck it.
You ready? Like, hold on to the glasses. How's this looking, guy?
That's okay. No,
We have a glasses
I
problem.
don't know if this is like a rock star. Is this what would happen? Like,
Yeah, and then there's a lot of this and, you know, a lot of this. Here, so I want you to put this one on instead.
oh, well, it's very canny. She seduced me into shilling for her. All right.
No, it's not. There's no advertisement on there, just the words.
No, that's great.
Now you look really hot.
How did you make it clear that you were a photographer and not a groupie?
I didn't wear a lot of makeup. I wore jeans and t-shirts and running shoes or whatever.
You didn't need a little sign that said "Photographer, do not enter." No. Well, it sounds a little rangy.
I mean, sure, you know, I mean, I got a lot of offers, definitely. I was trying to take pictures, and that was what I wanted to do. It wasn't about doing them. I feel like I got lucky. You know, it wasn't that I'm cool. It was the fact that I had taken up taking pictures at the time, and I met a few musicians, and you know, it grew into this huge thing that was much larger than me. On one hand, I felt like I belonged there because I got along with everyone so well, because they are just people when it comes right down to it. But at the same time, you're kind of going, okay, I'm sitting in a hotel room and Jimmy Page is just slumped over on a chair over there,
and I've got a job to do.
Gosh, when, you know, I listened to a whole lot of Love and didn't know what any of that meant when I was like 15 years old. And I wanted people to understand what it was like to be there, and I hope that I was able to do that through some of the texts that I wrote, which is most photographers don't write that stuff.
How would you define rock star essence?
Mystique. I think that's what it's about, and I think if I could give any advice to up-and-coming musicians is try and hang on to that mystique. Don't just put it all out there. You know.
Hold a little bit back.
Yeah, you gotta have a little mystery to yourself. I mean, I don't like society today because everything's out there, and you know, we see everybody's move on YouTube. We see what everybody's doing. We're all photographed every day, all day long, wherever we go, and we've just lost that mystique.
Oh, cool.
This is how we hang.
Oh, is this like if you were hanging out with Led Zeppelin, would this happen?
It would today.
Why? Because they're so old, they need to elevate their feet.
We'd all be like, oh my God.
Well, Deborah Chesher, thank you so much for talking about these great stars in your amazing career.
We're going to be stuck like this for eternity, aren't we? This is it.
Can we tour like this?